Welcome to the next live. So today we're going to be looking at phrasal verbs with run and also idioms with run. So I've included, just to start off today before people are joining, I've included here some bonus idioms which I'd like to go through as kind of a warm-up with you guys. So I'm just going to scroll down to we'll pass the quiz for a minute. And here are the idioms that I would like to go through today. So I hope you guys can see. Okay, so we're doing at the moment on TikTok the phrasal verbs with run, right? There's plenty of videos if you've seen them. The first idiom I would like to show you is to run out of steam. To run out of steam. So, okay, we know that when we're looking at an idiom, it's not going to be something literal, right? So an idiom, we're including here the word run. So obviously nobody's running anywhere, right? So the idiom, that's why it's not an expression. Expressions are more literal, but idioms are figurative. So they're not literal, right? And you know what steam is? It's when water is over 100 degrees, it becomes steam, like a type of vapor. So what does this mean? It means to lose energy, enthusiasm, or momentum. So if you can imagine, in the past, we had steam engine trains. So instead of using coal, they were using steam. And that's what made the train move forwards, okay? So if the train doesn't have steam, it slows down and it can't stop. It can't move forward anymore. So this is where it comes from, I think. An example could be the project started brilliantly, but the team ran out of steam halfway through and missed every deadline. So the project started brilliantly, but the team ran out of steam halfway through and missed every deadline. So the team started off really well. They were full of enthusiasm and energy, but then halfway through the project, they started to slow down, lose energy, and then they were not getting their work done on time. So you can say they were running out of steam. Another one, hello Amanda. Another one could be, for example, the athlete. So we could say the runner or the athlete started off at a good pace, good speed, good pace, good rhythm. But after 5 kilometers, she started to lose steam. So that means she started, hi guys. So she started to lose energy, she started to slow down. So she started to lose steam. Okay, that's a nice one there for you. To lose steam. Okay, number 2 that I have is to give someone a run for their money. To give someone a run for their money. So the meaning is to provide strong competition. So it's to provide strong competition. An example could be, although the champion eventually won, the 19-year-old challenger gave her a run for her money. So maybe, hi guys, hello. So maybe the runner was doing really well, but there was someone very close to them. So after the race, when the other runner says, hey, well done, they say, well, thank you, but you gave me a run for my money. So you provided me with very strong competition. So this is to give someone a run for their money. Number 3 is run around like a headless chicken. Run around like a headless chicken. That's a really fun one. It's a really, really fun one. So it's a bit gross to explain it. You can imagine a chicken. Well, I have never actually seen this. Hello. I have never actually seen this, but apparently, if you cut off a chicken's head, the chicken stays. Hi, Mauricio. Hello. The chicken stays running around for a period of time, apparently, without its head. So, but it doesn't know what direction it's going in, which is kind of sad. And it can start bashing into things, crashing into things, etc. So now, when people are rushing and they don't really know what they're doing, people often say, okay, they're running around like a headless chicken. So the meaning is to move around in a panic without achieving anything useful. Hello, Hannah. Hello, A. Hi, guys. So it's to move around in a panic without doing anything useful. For example, before the inspection, the entire office was running around like headless chickens, trying to hide months of mistakes. Hi, guys. Hello. Hi, Robert. Hi, Finisimal. Okay, so before the inspection, the entire office was running around like headless chickens. Hello, Laura. Like headless chickens, trying to hide months of mistakes. Hello, Wilfred is worthy. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's having a nice Sunday. Okay, so number 4 is in the long run. In the long run, this is really, really common. So the meaning is eventually, or over a long period of time. I personally use this a lot. I use it a lot. It's for things that you don't have a benefit right now, but you do it because you think, okay, in the long run, it's going to be a good idea, or I'm going to get a benefit later, you know? So for example, quitting a stable job to start her own company was risky. So quitting a stable job to start her own company was risky, but in the long run, it turned out to be the best decision she ever made. Okay, so quitting a stable job to start her own company was risky, but in the long run, it turned out to be the best decision she ever made. Hi, Soter. Nice to see you again. Sorry that my lives are so random right now. But I promise I'm trying to find a time to do them that I can tell everybody, hello, good evening. Okay, so this is in the long run, right? So guys, if you'd like to write an example or try an example, you can put it in the chat and I will have a look. You're so welcome. I'm really enjoying doing the lives actually. Really, really enjoying it. It's like being in front of a class again. So it's really fun. If you can see the screen well, that's okay. And if you can't, just somebody shoot me a message and tell me if I should move it left or move it right or something. So, hi Nordic Plus. Hello. So I'm going to go, so I've done this warm up now. We can come back to those, but I'd like to go up now to the quiz that I prepared. So just let me, okay. So there is a secret code, right? Learning English has been in the long run. Yes, and it will pay off. Learning English has to be in the long run. Yeah. And it will pay off. That's such a good one. Yeah, that's a really, really good one. Okay, when I get back down to that, I'm going to write it down. So, you could say, in that case, you could say, studying English requires a lot of commitment, but I know it will be worth it in the long run. So this is how I would restructure your sentence a little bit. That's what I would say there now. It's a really good sentence. I would just make a few changes. That's what I would say for this one. Okay, so studying English requires a lot of commitment, but I know it will be worth it in the long run. Let's shoot back down here for a second, and I'm gonna put it in here. Okay, this one. Really, really nice example. Studying English requires a lot of commitment, but I know it will be worth it in the long run. Yes. Okay, cool. The implemented regulations might have negative consequences. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Okay, so that's a really, really, really nice example, right? What about this one? The implemented regulations look good on paper, but I'm afraid that they might have negative consequences in the long run. There we go. Your one was perfect. Grammatically, it's perfect. I just gave it some more context. That's all. The regulations might have negative consequences in the long run. Yeah, I just added here that they might look good on paper. You know, this is a big problem. So it looks like a great idea, but like when you see it written down, but then the practicality of it is like another question, isn't it? You know? Yeah. Really, really good examples, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm gonna shoot back up here now. Yeah, so the code today, if you'd like to play, it has 13 letters. Okay, so the answers have a special code. So I'll help you out with number one, right? So number one, So number one, despite repeated warnings from his accountant, he continued to his tax problems until the authorities launched a formal investigation. This is a big problem. So the options are K, run together, M, run over, P, run away from, or T, run up to. So what do you guys think this one could be? What do you guys think? You can put the answer in the comments if you know the answer. So despite repeated warnings from his accountant, he continued to his tax problems until the authorities launched a formal investigation. So we have K, run together, M, run over, P, run away from, or T, run up to. What do you guys think? What do you think the answer could be? Okay, so run over means, well, in the context of this, it's like review. Okay, so he's not like, he's in trouble now because the authorities have launched a formal investigation. So a formal investigation is like an audit, right? Well, there can be like just a random audit, but many times the government, the revenue, they will do an audit because they think you're doing something wrong. Okay, so they think they're doing something wrong. So he's not running over his stuff. Maybe he did, like obviously his accountant ran over his stuff and his accountant tried to tell him that there was a problem, but he didn't listen to his problem. Yeah, good job. Well done. Good job. It's P, run away from, which is like avoid. So his accountant obviously flagged that there was problems. So despite repeated warnings from his accountant, he ignored his problems, okay? He ignored his tax problems until finally the revenue, in Ireland, it's called, oh my gosh, what's it called? The revenue. It's called the revenue. In Spain, it's called Hacienda. And in America, I can't remember. It's some acronym, but I can't remember what it's called. RHS or something. I'm not sure. But every country has like their own government tax inspectors, no? Brilliant. Okay, so in that case, right, for the secret code, the first letter is P. So I'm going to put that in the chat. So the first letter of the code is P. I'm going to put it here. So this was number 1. Hope you guys are getting my quiz here now. Okay, so run away from is number 1. Now, I've put down here, hi, hello Vlad. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Okay, so I've got some of the phrasal verbs here, right? The first one is run together. Okay, does anybody know what run together means before I... Hello Laura. Hello, happy Sunday. Run together. So it is when separate memories or experiences become difficult to distinguish from another. Hello. Hello, Cabecita Negra. Hello. I guess you're Spanish, right? The question is, are you from Latin America? Or are you from Spain? Yeah. Which part are you from? Spain. Nice. Which part of Spain? Spain is a wonderful country. Hi, Judith. Toledo. Oh, very nice. I haven't been to Toledo yet, but I want to go. Probably I won't go in summer because I know it's really hot, but it's on my list of places to visit for sure. Yeah, I've heard Toledo is a really nice place. Okay, so for example, after spending 40 years traveling between continents, entire decades began to run together in the explorer's memory. So it means like all of his memories started just kind of mixing, and he can't really remember what happened when. Okay, run over, like Socher said, it's to review or check something quickly. Especially remember definitely when we say you're running over something, you're doing it fast, okay? For example, moments before the spacecraft launched, the engineers ran over the emergency procedures one final time. Hi, Finissimai. Hello from Madrid. Oh, love Madrid. It's very hot right now though, I think, isn't it? It's too hot for me. But Madrid is a fantastic city. Love Madrid. I've been there 2 times, I think. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant city. Hi, Petrovan. Dennis Petrovan, no? Hot as hell. Oh, nice one. That's a real... Okay, this expression, please don't use it in your C1 exam, but it is a fantastic expression, guys, that Finissimai has said here. Hot as hell is a really nice expression. Yeah, it's a good one. We say that a lot. Okay, the next one we did, run away from, which we saw, it was the answer to the questions. Run away from is like escaping something, avoiding something, like Socher said. So the definition is to avoid facing a problem, responsibility, or a difficult situation. For example, the chess champion could no longer run away from the fact that younger players were beginning to dominate the sport. Okay, so the chess champion could no longer run away from the fact that younger players were beginning to dominate the sport. So it's something that's going to happen. You can't avoid it. You just have to accept it. Run up to, so the definition is to reach a particular amount, level, or total. For example, the restoration costs for the ancient cathedral eventually ran up to more than 30 million euros. Yeah, from the budget. Often happens, doesn't it, guys? Endamal, hello. Yeah, it often happens. Prices run up, don't they? Okay, on to question number 2. So, following months of intense media scrutiny, the actor decided to a secluded island in the Caribbean and disappear from public view. So following months of intense media scrutiny, the actor decided to a secluded island in the Caribbean and disappear from public view. So H, run away to, N, run out of, Y, run over, or V, run through with. What do you guys think is the answer to that one? You can put it in the comments. So following months of intense media scrutiny, the actor decided to a secluded island in the Caribbean and disappear from public view. Hello Mel. What do you guys think? H, run away to, N, run out of, Y, run over, or V, run through with. Yeah, good job, Finissimai. Yeah, well done. It is. Good job. It's run away to. Okay, so answer number 2, or the second letter in the code is H. So far we have PH, right? In the code. Good job. Hello, Katie. Well done. All right, so we know run away to, it's to leave your normal life and escape to another place. For example, after becoming an overnight internet sensation, she ran away to a remote coastal town to escape the attention. Run away is like, yeah, it is. It's also like to flee. Yeah. Yeah, to flee, to escape. Yeah, well done. And interesting, you can also say like to walk away. Maybe we'll cover this in another video at some point, but you can also say to walk away. But yeah, running away again, like, you know, if you can imagine you're doing it fast. So if you're doing it fast, it's urgent. So fleeing is a good synonym. Run out of is to use all of something so that none remains. For example, the music festival ran out of tickets in less than 10 minutes. Okay, run over. This is a nice one here. It's another use of run over. And it means to exceed the time. So to exceed the planned time. For example, the award ceremony ran over by almost 90 minutes because several winners refused to leave the stage. So people were giving their speeches and the ceremony ran over. Meetings often run over. Meetings often start late and then also run over. So it means that they don't finish on time. They don't finish at the agreed time, which is generally an issue, isn't it? Run through, and I'm going to put here a line so it's a bit clearer. Run through something with someone, probably with someone. So definition: to review, to rehearse. Remember, this is to hear something again and again and again until you're happy with it. Or discuss something together. For example, before attempting the world record, the team ran through every stage of the plan one final time. Okay, so next one. Now I should put all this down on the same line so you guys can see. Okay, number 3. So the famous actor caused a media frenzy when he allegedly a suitcase containing unpublished film scripts. So I don't know if this is really good vocab. A media frenzy, probably level C2, I would say. So the actor caused a media frenzy. That means that all of the newspapers and tabloids were speaking about this. Everybody was talking about this. Frenzy is like when people are going crazy trying to get something. When he allegedly a suitcase containing unpublished film scripts. So unpublished film scripts could be worth a lot of money. Madness, yeah, madness could be a synonym. Brilliant, Soter, well done. Media madness. Only then we'd have to say with no A, but we'd say media madness. Brilliant, good job. When he allegedly a suitcase containing unpublished film scripts. So F ran for, J ran together, W ran up to, or ran off with? What do you guys think? Hello, Mercedes. So F ran for, J ran together, W ran up to, or R ran off with. Hello, Sebas. Hello. Hello, Fabakar. So somebody it's ran for. Okay, so run for can mean a couple of things. It can be like to run or to move towards something or someone. So in this case, I guess it wouldn't cause a media frenzy, excuse me. Yeah, it wouldn't cause a media frenzy if you're just moving towards something in that way, you know. Like an example could be Ronaldo and Messi ran for the ball at the same time, but I don't know who to say now. I don't know who's faster, Messi or Ronaldo. Hello, Luis. I don't know. Hello, Aiden. Hi. Let's say I don't know who's faster. Is this C1 Cambridge? Yeah, for sure. It is Maria, yeah. Most of my students are studying, a lot of them are studying Cambridge, and most of them are C1. So all of my TikToks and stuff is for students who are B2 plus C1, C2. Yeah. Ronaldo and Messi ran for the ball at the same time, but I don't know. Messi got there first, let's say. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so this is like to run towards. So it's not run for in this case. It would be, but good try, Sebas. It would be ran off with. Good job, Soter. It's ran off with. So it's like he escaped with them, which is basically like, imagine the script had a value of, I don't know, 1 million euros. So it's the equivalent of running off with 1 million euros in your suitcase. Hello, Pong. Hi. So I'll put that there. This is the answer to number 3. But where is that option? Oh, sorry, it is, no, R, it's here. Can you see? Down the bottom. But where is it? Do you see it? Hello, Zoltan, Hungary. Are you a Zolt that I know? you could be. Oh, sorry, sorry, guys, if you can't see because sometimes what I see on the screen is not what you guys see. So if you guys say to me, Vikki, move the screen a bit, I can move it, okay? So if you can't see, there's generally 4. I tried to put 4 options for each one. Hi, Jennifer. Hello. So I tried to put 4 options. So if you can't see, just put in the comments, Vikki, I can't see. Move the page, okay? And I'll move it. Good job, guys. So number 3 is ran off with. Cool. Sorry about that, Sebas. Okay. So run for, right, has a couple of different meanings. I mentioned this one, okay? Sebas was asking me about that. Hello, Zakaria. Another one is to compete in an election for a political position. For example, a renowned heart surgeon surprised the nation when she announced that she intended to run for president. I hope you guys can see that. So a renowned heart surgeon surprised the nation when she announced that she intended to run for president. Cool. Again, we've seen this, run together, but this is another way we can use it, right? So definition, it's another way to use run together. Because as you guys know, there's many ways that we can use some of these phrasal verbs, which is kind of one of the big issues. So when sounds and words blend and become difficult to distinguish. Like maybe when someone's drunk, no? For example, during the announcement, the presenter spoke so quickly that several names seemed to run together. I'll give you another example. After one too many whiskeys, his words started to run together. Another way is that he started to slur. He started to slur. Okay, that's another one. Run up to. This is another way to see for us to use run up to. So it's to happen during the period before an important event. For example, in the months running up to the Olympic Games, hotel prices doubled across the city. So hotel prices doubled across the city. Hotel prices doubled across the city in the months running up to the election. Run off with, to take. Now, look at this word here, dishonestly. This is a good one, Soter, to check out for you. To take something and leave with it, often dishonestly. Okay, so that's a really good word to remember when you're asking yourself how you can use run off with. When you take something dishonestly, okay? On to number 4. I hope you guys can see the 4 options now. Hi, Jay. So, while waiting outside the examination hall, she quietly, the key theories she had spent months studying. Is it L, ran off with, A, ran back over, Q, ran out of, or C, ran up to? What do you guys think there? While waiting outside the examination hall, she quietly, the key theories she had spent months studying. So L, ran off with, A, ran back over, Q, ran out of, or C, ran up to? What do you guys think about this one? Hello, Navia, Charlie. So, while waiting outside the examination hall, yes, well done, very good job. It's ran back over, exactly. It's exactly. It's like revise, review, excellent, well done. There's another one as well. You could say like ran through. We have seen that together. Well done. That's the answer to number 4. Awesome. Let me put that in here for you guys. So that's the clue or the letter for number 4. Well done. Good job. Okay, on to the next one. We're on to the definitions here. So run off with, we have leave with something or steal something and disappear. Okay, for example, the company's chief accountant vanished after running off with thousands of euros from a secret account. This is a nice example. I like this example. I think it helps a lot. This one, it's pretty clear. So the company's chief accountant vanished after running off with thousands of euros from a secret account. There it is if you guys want to make a note. That's a nice, really nice example. Run back over, which was the answer here. Definition: to review or think about something again. So just remember that it's also to think about something again. For example, as the jury prepared to deliver its verdict, one junior silently ran back over the evidence in his mind. Really, really nice example, I have to say, this one. As the jury prepared to deliver its verdict, some nice vocab for you guys there. One juror, this word is definitely C1 plus. One juror. So obviously a juror is a member of the jury, okay? A juror is a member of the jury, okay? So, as the jury prepared to deliver its verdict, one juror silently ran back over the evidence in his mind. Okay? Run out. So, to expire or come to an end. For example, now this is a different one. I have never taught this before in a TikTok. I really like this example. Her visa ran out only a week before she was due to begin her new job abroad. Really fun example. I had to renew my passport in February, but I went on holidays at Christmas and I went to Asia, and I had to make sure because they won't let you enter the country if you're, I'm going to write this as an example for you guys because I think it's a very realistic one. So they won't let you into Vietnam, Vietnam, if your passport is going to run out within 6 months of your planned departure. This is true. So if you guys are going to Asia, be careful with that. Your passport needs to be 6 months within the date of expiry. Outdated passport, yeah, or expired, exactly. Good job, well done. Okay, run up to, so to reach a particular amount, level, or total. I love this example as well. The final auction bid ran up to nearly 15 million euros after a fierce battle between collectors. Okay, a fierce battle. I love that. Collectors are the people who go to auctions often. Bid is a really nice word, and it ran up to nearly 15 million euros. Can you imagine, guys? It's a lot of money. Outdated passport, yeah, expired passport. I can put this here. Outdated or expired passport. Yeah. Okay. Run together, so to merge, becoming difficult to distinguish from one another. For example, after attending 6 weddings and 3 conferences in the same month, all the events began to run together in his memory. Run over, oh yeah, another way we can use run over. It is to visit someone briefly. For example, I ran over to my neighbor's house after work to return a book I had borrowed months earlier. Love this. I ran over to my neighbor's house after work to return a book I had borrowed months earlier. Hello, Chloe. Love that example. And run up to, by the end of, I love this example as well. Look, by the end of the divorce proceedings, the legal fees had run up to more than 250,000 euros. So the legal fees, really good vocab, they had run up to more than 250,000 euros. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the problem. It's exciting. That's the thing with phrasal verbs is like, not only are there so many phrasal verbs out there, but each phrasal verb has many different meanings, Yeah, it's fun. Obviously you have a very good level already, but it is quite intimidating. It is quite, laugh. It is intimidating. Look, I'm learning at the moment Hungarian. A friend of mine gave me a book, really cute book. I don't know if I've shown you guys before. It's a bilingual edition of poetry by Joseph Attila. And when I'm studying I have a teacher, I have a Hungarian teacher, and I think they have, they have it so many, I don't know how to explain what it is, but their grammar is very complicated, and same as Spanish grammar is extremely complicated. But English grammar is pretty easy compared to those languages. But the problem with English, the big problem is things like this, phrasal verbs. It's probably I think it's the most complicated thing about English, I think. But if you have that problem, it's a good problem to have. Okay, so I'm going to skip here. I have got some idioms, but I'll come back to those at the end of the live, I think, because I'm going to get on with the quiz. I'll just show you what they are. So, run out of steam. Give someone a run for their money. Run around like a headless chicken. Love that one. In the long run. Love that one. So all of these are with run, okay? Make a run for it. A run of bad luck. Run riot. Run in the family. Everybody uses this a lot. This one, not so common, but it's with run. Run the gauntlet. I will explain later what a gauntlet is, okay? Have the run of the place. Yes, we use this in Ireland a lot. Run out of road. And on the run, used a lot. You hear that a lot in movies. And run a tight ship is common enough as well. Okay, so we'll get to all of those step by step. But I thought it would be fun to include, apart from phrasal verbs, to include some idioms that are common enough in English with run. Okay, on to number 5. So, after serving as a local councillor for several years, he decided to mayor. I know this is a difficult word to pronounce in English. I don't know how you guys, I wish I could hear your voices. That's a difficult one to pronounce. A lot of people in Spain, people say major, you know, but major is a different word. So really the pronunciation of this one is mayor. Well, mayor or mayor. Some people in England, I think, yeah, okay, some major. Some people in England say mayor, but yeah, I don't have that accent. I would say mayor. So after serving as a local councillor for several years, he decided to mayor. So what do you guys think about this one? D, run over. B, run together. S, run for. Or X, run away from. Hi, Fiona. So what do you guys think? D, run over. B, run together. S, run for. Or X, run away from. Yeah, good job. Well done, Soder. Nice one. It's run for. Brilliant. Okay, so number 5 is run for. Run for mayor. Awesome. S, run for mayor. Brilliant. Okay, so run over is like we have this one to review, check something quickly. For example, so it's not just I want to give you more examples with these, right? So moments before the orchestra began performing, the conductor ran over the score and realized that an entire page was missing. So the score, that's where musicians, that's what they read. That's the music that they read, the score. So moments before the orchestra began performing, the conductor ran over the score and realized that an entire page was missing. It's a big problem. Hi, Carmen Garcia. So run together we had when words blend together and become difficult to distinguish. For example, the actor's accent was so strong that some audience members complained that his lines were running together. Now, there are some countries where I think people's words run together more than others. People say where I'm from, Cork, that it happens in Cork. People's words, we speak so fast, their words run together. Andalusia in general, people say it. And also I would say Scotland, Wales, like for me, they definitely, like when they speak, I think the words kind of run together a lot, so you can't distinguish one word. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just curious. I think Americans, for example, or people from Canada, you can distinguish the words when they're speaking. Whereas Irish people, people from Andalusia, the south of Spain, their words are, they run together. Run away from, to avoid facing a problem, responsibility, or difficult situation. For example, rather than admitting that the experiment had failed, the scientist spent months running away from criticism. Okay, bonus idiom here. Run out of steam. So it means to lose energy, enthusiasm, or momentum. For example, the streaming series was a huge success at first, but it ran out of steam after the second season. Okay? On to number 6. Nobody took him seriously because he constantly whenever he was nervous. A ran his mouth off, I ran together, U ran up to, or G ran away to. What do you guys think? A ran his mouth off, I ran together, U ran up to, or G ran away to. What do you guys think? So nobody took him seriously because he constantly, whenever he was nervous. Hi Anatoly. Hi Mr. Bo. So what do you guys think for this one? Who's brave enough to put the answer? Okay, so number 6, nobody took him seriously because he constantly, whenever he was nervous. What do you think? I think I did this one last week. Yeah, that's it. Good job, Soter. Well done. Ran his mouth off. Okay, so people who just speak and 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 say things that they probably shouldn't say. Okay, so good job. Number 6 is A. Well done. Ran his mouth off. So, to talk too much or say things you shouldn't. For example, doing a post-match interview, the striker ran his mouth off about the referee and ended up receiving a hefty fine from the league. Okay, so during the post-match interview, so this was an interview after the match. Obviously, the striker didn't think that the referee did a good job. So he ran his mouth off means he was saying bad things about the referee. And as a result, he received a hefty fine. This is a big, like a substantial fine. A hefty fine is definitely level C1 plus. A hefty fine from the league. So yeah, you shouldn't run your mouth off, especially about the referee. I know we all have our opinions, but I think players are kind of not allowed to run their mouth off about the referee. Run together, we know. So to merge or become difficult to distinguish from one another. So another example with to run together. After spending a decade traveling from one luxury hotel to another, all the cities began to run together in her memory. So yeah. Don't try to think, does it happen to me? Yeah, maybe kind of in some cases, some things start to run together. I feel like during COVID, when everybody was wearing their mask, I feel like for me that time like all ran together. Like 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, I feel like all of those years ran together in my mind. Yeah, absolutely. So there, yeah. Ran his mouth off has generally a negative connotation, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to add this here, look. Generally a negative connotation, for sure. Yeah. 100%. Oh yeah, so run together. And I'm going to add this here actually because the years of COVID run together in my mind. Okay, like curse at someone or just being talkative. Not doesn't include curse, but it's like being talkative. But talkative is not. Hi, Marielle. Talkative is not negative. Depends who you're speaking to. Like talkative can be really positive. Depends how you say it. You know, like if you say, she's really talkative, then obviously you're implying that she talks too much. But if you say, she's very friendly, very talkative, it's like a nice thing. So running your mouth off is like extremely talkative and saying negative things. Yeah. Or saying things that you just shouldn't say. Maybe you don't think it's negative, but yeah, you're saying things that you shouldn't be saying. You know, curse at someone, no, not necessarily. Like cursing at someone is using profanities, bad words. So I mean, if you're angry and running your mouth off, it could include cursing, but not necessarily. It's a very, very good question. Run up to in the period before an important, yeah. So run up to is the period before an important event. For example, in the days running up to the royal, I should plug you guys in. So in the period running up to, another phrasal verb, plug in. In the days running up to the royal wedding, every newspaper seemed to be publishing a different rumour. Love that example as well. So it's like the days before any special event. Run away to leave your normal life and escape to another place. For example, after inheriting a fortune from a distant relative, the brothers joked about running away to Monaco and never working again. You're so welcome. It's a great question. Brilliant question. So yeah, that's a really nice example as well. So they joked about running away to Monaco. I think in Monaco is special because they have, for rich people, I think you pay less taxes, stuff like that. So bonus idiom, give someone a run for their money. So it means to provide strong competition. For example, although the chess grandmaster won the tournament, a 14-year-old prodigy gave him a run for his money. So that means he gave him very good competition, gave him a run for his money. It's very nice. You gave me a run for my money. Some of my C1, C2 students give me a run for my money. I'm going to include that actually down here. Some of my students give me a run for my money. So it means like they ask me very insightful, maybe complicated questions, and I have to think really fast, or maybe I have to say, okay, brilliant question. I need to go and look that up and I will tell you in the next class. But I like that because it means every day I'm learning too. Hi, Marie. Okay, so number 7. Halfway through the expedition, the team drinking water and had to turn back. So halfway through the expedition, the team drinking water and had to turn back. What do you guys think? V is ran through with, Z is ran over, N ran for, and L ran out of. What do you guys think? So halfway through the expedition, the team drinking water and had to turn back. Hi, David. Hi, Avel. Hi, Salva. So halfway through the expedition, the team drinking water and had to turn back. What do you guys think? Hi, Pablo Barosco. So V ran through with, Z ran over, N ran for, or L ran out of. What do you guys think? Who knows the answer? Go on, guys. Somebody who's not shy, I think. You can give it a guess. I don't mind doing. Hi, Janina. Nice to see you again. So halfway through the expedition, the team drinking water and had to turn back. Hi. Happy Sunday. So what do you guys think? Halfway through the expedition, the team drinking water and had to turn back. Who knows the answer here? What do you guys think? So halfway through the expedition, the team drinking water and had to turn back. V ran through with, Z ran over, N ran for, and L ran out of. Yeah, good job, Giannina. Well done. It is L ran out of. Super duper. So this is number 7. Okay, so this is the first word in the challenge. Okay, so the first word, does anybody know the first word? Soter, how about you? Did you get the first word? I feel like you have all the letters. Hello, Danny. Giannina, maybe you weren't here at the beginning, so maybe you got this one right, but maybe you don't have the other letters. Does anybody have the first letter? I will give you 5. You have it. What is it? Yay! Good job. Well done. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Good job, Soter. Well done. It is phrasal. Okay, it is phrasal. Well done. Okay, so there's one more word in this. Okay, there's one more word. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 6 letters, right? Hello, Atman. The next word has 6 letters. It's the last word. Okay, so the first word was phrasal. And this one has 6 letters. So it's not verb and it's not verbs. Okay, it's a different word. So run through it. So run through it was to review, to rehearse, to discuss something together. And I have another example for you. So before recording the final episode of the podcast, the hosts ran through the questions to make sure nothing sensitive would be discussed. So before doing the podcast, they ran through the questions with their guest to make sure nothing sensitive would be discussed. Okay, really good idea. Run over, yeah, okay. This is another definition of run over. Okay, so we have it like to review something quickly. And this one is, hello, Clau. This one is to hit someone with a vehicle. Okay, like, okay, so not only like hit somebody, but literally this is the person, you hit them and then you continue to go over them. So to hit someone with a vehicle, yeah, and run them over. Hello, Nona. So a famous actor narrowly avoided running over a photographer who stepped into the road while trying to get a picture. So a famous actor narrowly avoided, this is a nice bit of C1 for you guys here. Narrowly avoided running over a photographer who stepped into the road while trying to get a picture. Nice example. Okay, run for, to compete in an election for a political position. So the former Olympic swimmer surprised everyone when she announced that she intended to run for Senate. Okay, run out of is to use all of something so that none remains. For example, the bakery had to close early after it ran out of bread during a city-wide festival. Nice one. The bakery had to close early after it ran out of bread during a city-wide festival. So bonus idiom, run around like a headless chicken. I love this one and I use it a lot. In Ireland, we use this a lot. Hello, Carlos Perez. We use this a lot, okay? So I explained it at the start of the class today. But basically, where does this come from? It's not funny. And I love animals. So basically, if you chop a chicken's head off, apparently, I don't know, but apparently the chicken stays alive for a period of time. And in fact, it continues running around, but it doesn't know where it's going. It can crash into things, and some people think this is funny. I don't. But this is where it comes from. So we use this now figuratively to describe people who are running around kind of in panic and they don't know what they're doing. So the meaning is to move around in a panic without achieving anything useful. It's really common. For example, when the CEO unexpectedly arrived at the office, managers started running around like headless chickens trying to look busy. It's a really nice example. Really nice example and really common. And if you're going to learn any idioms with run, I think this is a good one. Okay? All right, number 8. So I have an idea for the new marketing campaign, but I'd like to you first. T, run together. H, run past. C, run away from. Or P, run up to. So what do you guys think for this one? So I have an idea for the new marketing campaign, but I'd like to you first. Hi Taraka. T, run together. Hi M17. T, run together. H, run past. C, run away from. And P, run up to. What do you guys think? So 8, I have an idea for the new marketing campaign, but I'd like to, hi Berta. H, yes, good job Giannina, well done. Yes, yeah, run it past, well done. Brilliant, run it past. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Good job guys, good job Soter, good job Giannina. Nice one. So I have an idea for the new marketing campaign, but I'd like to run it past you first. Fantastic. Run it past you, run it by you, we've also seen. Okay, so this is the answer for the next one. So the next word, the second word in the challenge begins with H. There you go. Okay, cool. So run together, I'll just read the example, okay? So the museum refused to display the artwork after moisture caused several sections of the painting to run together. That's such a pity. Imagine if you have a nice painting and it gets wet and all of the colors start kind of mixing together. Next one, run past someone. So to tell someone an idea or plan in order to get their opinion. Really, really nice. Before proposing a complete redesign of the company logo, she decided to run the concept past a few trusted clients. Really nice sentence. Run away from, okay? Avoid facing a problem, responsibility, or a difficult situation. For example, the novelist couldn't keep running away from the fact that he had missed 3 publishing deadlines. So yeah, people can also say, hey, you can't run away from this, you know? Run up to reach a particular amount. So for example, the restoration of the medieval castle eventually ran up to more than 12 million euros. Okay, so bonus idiom, I use this one all the time, in the long run. So it means, yeah, we've seen it today already, eventually over a long period of time. Hello. For example, learning to invest wisely seemed boring at first, but in the long run, it allowed her to retire 20 years early. Can you imagine? Learning to invest wisely seemed boring at first, but in the long run, it allowed her to retire 20 years early. It's awesome. Hi, Carolina. So, number 9, run up to, related to amounts doesn't mean that we reach a peak. Like if you, for example, do you mean something like the competitors had to run up to the top of the mountain during the race? Do you mean something like that? Like in this case, it's literally a peak to run up to, because you're running upwards in an upwards direction, like run up a mountain, run up to a church that's on the mountain. In that case, yeah. You would use, it could be run up to. Good question. Yeah, because you're running in an upwards direction, so up a mountain, up a hill, run up to your friend's house if they're living up the road from you. Yeah. So question number 9. So before signing the contract, let's the details with the team one more time. So Q, run around, X, run out of, E, run through with, or J, run away to. Hello, Danielle. So before signing the contract, let's the details, the team one more time. Q, run around, X, run out of, E, run through with, or J, run away to. Good job, Soter. Good job, well done. Run through with. Fantastic. Yeah. Good job, Giannina. You got it. Okay, this is number 9. We're almost there. We've almost got it. Okay. Run through and with. So before signing the contract, it's really intelligent. Now, just, I guess you guys know this, but after before, if you've got a verb following it, you're always going to put ing. Nice one. So before signing the contract, let's run through the details with the team one more time. Run through it. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Good job, guys. You're super. So run around. This is to move from one place to another in a busy or hurried way. So run around, like I said before, run around like a headless chicken. So you can imagine running around is like running around in circles, no? For example, the production team spent the entire morning running around the city looking for a replacement actor. That's a really, really nice one. I use this a lot, running around. Okay, running around after someone. Next one, run out of. So to use all of something so that none is remained. For example, the documentary crew ran out of battery power while filming rare wildlife in the Arctic. Run through with. So to rehearse or discuss something with another person before an important event. For example, before the televised debate, the candidate ran through his opening statement with his campaign manager. Run away to leave your normal life and escape to another place. For example, after selling his technology company for millions, he ran away to New Zealand to focus on photography. Awesome. Okay, bonus idiom, right? Make a run for it. Have you guys seen that before? To make a run for it. Hello, Ponche. This is it means to try to escape quickly. Right? For example, when the security alarm suddenly went off, several teenagers decided to make a run for it. So I think they're responsible for entering the building or whatever. And when the alarm went off, they made a run for it. So you're definitely doing something that you should not be doing. If you need to make a run for it, it means you're trying to get away. It's kind of a funny way to say it. Yeah. The thief made a run for it when he heard the policeman. Yeah. Make a run for it. Okay. Number 10. Because of inflation and several unexpected expenses, the final bill, nearly 20,000 euros. Because of inflation and several unexpected expenses, the final bill, nearly 20,000 euros. What do you think? Why ran back over? R ran up to, M ran together, or D ran away from? Well, this one is easy because we've... Is it closely connected to run away from? Yeah. The only thing is, run away from, that's a really, really good question. Yeah, it's a really, really good question. In fact, I might put here, we can say compare to run away from. So I'll just make a note, okay? When you run away from something, it's usually something dangerous or scary. Whereas, you can take a screenshot of this. We cannot read. Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you so much. Because I can't see what you guys see. So what about that? Is that better? Let me know if that's better. I hope now you can see. Thanks so much, Victor. Okay, cool. Yeah, please tell me, and you guys, if you can't see. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. That happens sometimes. Because I can see it here on the screen, but I don't know exactly what you guys can see. Awesome. When you run away from something, it's usually something dangerous or scary. Whereas make a run for it is trying to escape when you know you have done something that you shouldn't have been doing. Something that you shouldn't have been doing, for sure. That's the big issue. That's the big difference. Does that make sense? So like, make a run for it could be if you enter a building with the intention to steal something, or teenagers just want to enter an abandoned building and they climb in through a window. It's private property. They're inside there and suddenly an alarm goes off, or they hear police arriving, or somebody starts shouting at them, or in America somebody has a gun. I shouldn't laugh about that. Somebody has a gun. They will try to escape, to run away, but they know that they should not have been there. So they're trying to make a run. This is making a run for it, trying to get away when you know you are guilty. You should not have been doing what you're doing. But run away from, I mean, yes, they're running away from the police, for sure. But like, running away could also be if you see a scary dog, or there's a tsunami coming, or you see something else dangerous happening. You're trying to escape, but you haven't done anything wrong. It was just bad luck. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or there's a fire, so you're running away from the fire, but you didn't actually do anything wrong with, probably, not necessarily, I should say, with run away from. Yeah, cool, awesome. Okay, so number 10, we're nearly there. Because of inflation and several unexpected expenses, the final bill, nearly 20,000 euros. Is it Y ran back over, R ran up to, M ran together, hello sinner, or D ran away from? What do you guys think for this one? Yeah, well done. Good job, Solter. It's R, ran up to. So this is number 10 for challenge. Because of inflation and several unexpected expenses, the final bill ran up to nearly 20,000 euros. Okay, super. So, run back over. What was this? You can imagine in your mind as well what it is now as we're reviewing these. To review or think about something again, wasn't it? For example, as the jury prepared to deliver its verdict, one member ran back over the evidence in his mind. Run up to reach a particular amount, level or total. So the cost of restoring the ancient manuscript ran up to nearly 500,000 euros, or €500,000. Run together when separate events become difficult to distinguish from one another. For example, after spending 6 months filming in different countries, all the locations began to run together in the director's memory. Run away from, to avoid facing a problem, responsibility, difficult situation. So for example, the athlete couldn't keep running away from questions about the failed drug test. Okay. Bonus idiom, a run of bad luck. This is pretty common as well. Don't know if you guys have seen it before. So it means a period during which many unfortunate things happen. For example, first his luggage was lost, then his flight was cancelled, and finally his passport was stolen. It had been a terrible run of bad luck. I don't know with you guys, but there are some superstitious people and they say that like bad luck happens in threes. So some people who I know, if they have one bad luck and another bad luck, then they start thinking, oh my God, what's number 3 going to be? You know? Yeah. I suppose if you, some people say as well, a streak of bad luck. Streak of bad luck is another very common one. I don't know if you guys are suspicious. Hello, Marina. Okay. Oh, did I write down this in the... Oh, yeah. Number 11. We're on number 11, right? So the colours had been printed badly and began to... on the page. Is it P, run over, B, run off with, O, run together, or K, run for? Yeah, good job, Janina. You are very, very fast. Okay, well done. So it is number 11. Run together, O. Super. So the colours had been printed badly and began to run together on the page. Yeah, so run over. Definition, to exceed an allotted amount of time. For example, the award ceremony ran over by nearly an hour because too many winners gave lengthy speeches. This is a really nice C1, C2 adjective there for you, lengthy. It's long. Instead of saying long speeches, you can bump it up to C1 and say lengthy. Lengthy speeches. It means long. Run off with, so to leave with someone or take something and disappear. For example, the accountant ran off with millions of euros from the company and vanished without a trace. Really nice one for you guys here. When trace is like rastro or evidence. So it's like literally vanish. Vanish, like disappear, but like there's nothing left. No evidence that that person was ever there. Run together when colors, ink, or paint spread and mix together. Spread and mix together. For example, heavy rain damaged the exhibition posters and caused the ink to run together. It's a pity. So heavy rain damaged the exhibition posters and caused the ink to run together. And then run for, hello. To compete in an election for a political position. For example, the former journalist announced plans to run for Congress after publishing a best-selling political memoir. Oh my God. I just had a thought. I think she's not a politician. I won't say the name. She's not a politician. She's the wife of a politician. And this year she did publish a memoir. And I just had this thought, like, oh my goodness, could you imagine if that person ran for president after her husband? I wonder if you know who I'm thinking about. Don't say anything if you do. Yeah, well, crazy things do happen. Okay, bonus idiom, run riot. We use this a lot. This is very typical, especially with kids, with small kids. if they have had too much sugar or something like this. So, for example, to behave in a wild, uncontrolled way. So to run wild. Oh, sorry, no, run wild, we have already done in one of the videos on TikTok. To run wild, I did a video on this. Run riot is a synonym, okay? I don't know if you guys know what a riot is. Riot, as far as I know, like some countries, some footballing countries, they often, if they go to watch their team at a match, sometimes they cause problems. They throw things and they break things, and they might have a riot when people start fighting on the street. Okay, literally. This is not, not so bad when it's with kids. The example is really good. Look, after the head teacher left, unexpectedly, the students ran riot throughout the school. So like the kids just kind of got out of control in the school. Number 12, there are 2 more left, okay? There are 2 more left in the quiz. So my grandmother lives only a few streets away, so I often to see her after work. Is it R, run up to, V, run through with, E, run over, or N, run away from? Hi Arturo. What do you guys think? My grandmother lives only a few streets away. Hello Julian. So I often to see her after work. Is it R, run up to, V, run through with, E, run over, or N, run away from? What do you guys think? So my grandmother, hi Alina. So my grandmother lives only a few streets away, so I often to see her after work. Yay, good job. Well done, guys. You're super fast. Yeah, it is. Yeah, visit briefly. Exactly. Well done, Soter. Well done, Giannina. That's it. So my grandmother lives only a few streets away, so I often run over to see her after work. Brilliant. So the answer here is to 12, run over, right? Run over, visit briefly. I like that one. To visit briefly. Super. Okay, so run up to, I'll just read the example. As soon as the singer appeared outside the theatre, dozens of fans ran up to her, asking for autographs. So it's to approach or move quickly towards someone or something. Run up to. Run through with. Is it really useful because there is a repetition of some phrasal verbs so we can understand them deeply? Oh yeah, it is really useful. That was kind of my idea, Soter, because the thing is, these are so complicated, and I know from years of working with people, try so hard to learn phrasal verbs, and the problem is memorizing them, trying to memorize them, and then expect that you can use them and produce them once. It doesn't really work. You have to like see them in many different ways to kind of really integrate them. So that's kind of my goal. Yeah, I hope it will be useful. So there is repetition, but I try to make all of the examples like a little bit different so that they become more and more familiar. Yeah, because they're too hard. It's not like just learning. I was learning my Hungarian verbs, you can see here, last week. I mean, I had at one point I have to just memorize these verbs. For example, how to say go, drive, take, but it's totally different than with phrasal verbs, because like we were saying, they have so many different meanings and so many different ways to use them that you kind of have to like just see them over and over again. Yeah. Good luck. Look, if I get to level B1, I will be so happy. I don't, I can speak Spanish. I'm so proud of that because it took a long time. With Hungarian, honestly, if I can get to the point where I can more or less understand what is happening, I'm not worried about the grammar. And then I can start watching TV and just listening to people, it will be great, you know? It will be awesome. Hi Ines. Yeah. Okay, so run through it. So again, definition to review, rehearse, discuss something together. For example, the lead actress ran through the final scene with the director moments before filming began. So like reviewed it quickly. Run over to visit someone briefly. Yes, what you said, Sulter, well done. For example, every Sunday afternoon, he runs over to his uncle's house to challenge him to a game of chess. Again, love that example. Every Sunday afternoon, he runs over to his uncle's house to challenge him to a game of chess. I think some games of chess can last quite a long time, but I think you guys get the idea. Run away from, to avoid facing a problem, responsibility, or a difficult situation. For example, the entrepreneur realized she could no longer run away from the growing debts of her business. It's another good example. Okay, bonus idiom. Run in the family. It's a really, really common one. It's so useful. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. If you'd like to try an example. It can be a physical thing or it can be a like characteristic, but I guess like a physical thing. So for example, some Irish families, red hair runs in the family. So that means a lot of the members of the family have red hair. Or maybe like, yeah, it can be a lot of things. Skills, people who are good at stuff, blue eyes, no, run in the family, or green eyes, or I don't know, any type of distinguishable characteristic of a person. Being tall, no, some families are really tall, and like if if the parents are tall, all the kids are tall, it's okay. Being tall runs in the family. Obviously, this idiom has nothing to do with running physically, you know, but yeah, runs in the family. So meaning to be common among members of a family. For example, artistic talent clearly runs in the family. Both his parents and grandparents were professional painters. So you can see it doesn't have to be a physical characteristic, but like a skill, a talent, honesty and good manners. Yeah, honesty and good manners run in their family. Really nice one. Let's write that down. Honesty and good manners run in their family. Brilliant. Well done. Yeah, nice. Okay, so this is the last question for today's quiz. Okay, question 13. The company president was worried that one careless employee might and reveal details of the confidential merger. I have a feeling a bunch of you guys know this answer. So do you definitely know the answer already, I think. So the company president was worried that one careless employee might and reveal details of the confidential merger. Does anybody know the answer? Yes, it's S. Well done. Good job. Run his mouth off. Okay? So 13 was run his mouth off. Brilliant. Okay? So the company president was worried that one careless employee might run his mouth off and reveal details of the confidential merger. So running your mouth off is when you speak and speak and speak and you say things that you shouldn't say. All right? So does anybody have the full challenge from today? I think I know one person who has it. Who knows what the full quiz was? All of the answers to the quiz. What 2 words did it make? Or I hope it made. Can anybody put in the comments what the full... Yes! Good job! Phrasal heroes. That was it. Good job. Well done. Yeah, it was. Look down here. Yeah. So this was the secret code. It was phrasal heroes. So Congratulations, Solter. You are a phrasal hero. Okay, that was awesome. Good job. Well done. Brilliant. You're a superstar. So, before we finish up, I have prepared some idioms with run. If you guys are interested in those, there's a few of them. If I go up here to the top, yes. So, run out of steam. This was the first one that I prepared here. It comes from, steam engines. Do you know what a steam engine is, guys? It comes from a steam engine. Does anybody know what those are? It's the train that operated using steam. It's the trains that yeah, you know what it is? Okay. So if the train doesn't have steam, it starts to slow down. So, well, if it runs out of coal, then there's no steam, and the train will slow down, and then it will stop. And the factories also, yeah, for sure, yeah. So we use this nowadays. Obviously, we don't have steam engines anymore, but we use run out of steam still. In a figurative sense, it means to run out of energy. So to lose energy or lose enthusiasm or momentum. Hi Marty, hi Key. For example, the project started brilliantly, but the team ran out of steam halfway through and missed every deadline. Another example, the runner or the athlete started off at a good pace, a good speed, but after 5 kilometers, she started to lose steam. So, you guys now, I know these are tricky, so would anybody like to try an example with to run out of steam? It always happens to me. In fact, I want to stop drinking coffee because I always run out of steam at about 3 p.m. So I want to try, I started today actually, I want to try matcha because I heard that you don't have these crashes that you have with coffee. So here's your opportunity now, guys, if you'd like to try one with to run out of steam. So you can give it a go. You can let me know if you'd like to try an example with to run out of steam. Okay. The next one is to give someone a run for their money. To give someone a run for their money. So this means to provide strong competition. To provide strong competition for someone. I have been constantly ignored by Mary, so I eventually ran out of steam. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I have been constantly ignored by Mary, so I eventually ran out of steam and I just stopped trying to talk to her at all. Brilliant. Love it. Yeah. So you just said, okay, I'm exhausted by this. I'm emotionally drained. I'm not going to try to speak to her anymore. Yeah. Brilliant. Good job. Love it. Nice one. Yeah. So I use this one a lot to give. The air conditioning because the hot weather is affecting my throat. So to give someone a run for their money, meaning to provide strong competition. Hi, Destiny. For example, although the champion eventually won, the 19-year-old challenger gave her a run for her money. Okay, you'd say she won the race, but the woman who came second gave her a real run for her money. There was only a difference, difference of 10 seconds, TC, seconds between them. For example, there was only, so she won the race, but the woman who came second gave her a real run for her money. There was only a difference of 10 seconds between them. For example, could you please move a bit upward the screen? Yes. Is that okay? I hope that's okay. You can tell me if it's not okay. I hope that's up enough. 1 second, maybe that's better, no? Hi Victor, hi Sebas, hi Lina. Yeah, so give someone a run for their money. This one then, I mentioned this already. So run around like a headless chicken. No, I would like to see the second idiom. The second idiom. This one? Is that okay now? To give someone a run for their money? Is that the one is that the one? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so to provide strong competition. To provide strong competition is to give someone a run for their money. Guys, you're so welcome. Also, anybody who wants to put an example or try an example, there's no judgment here, okay? And I fully understand that this stuff is a really, really high level and that it's really, really complicated. So if you put an example, it's your, yeah, there's no judgment. It's a safe space. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. So run around like a headless chicken. Run around like a headless chicken. I explained this already. So it's to move around in a panic without achieving anything useful. For example, before the inspection, the entire office was running around like headless chickens, trying to hide months of mistakes. Oh my God. I'm going to tell you a true story. Yesterday, I was going to a running race, and I realized when I was trying to leave, everything was ready. I couldn't find my key. So I needed to leave on time. This is a true story. Yesterday, and I couldn't find my key. I was running around like a headless chicken, I think like for a good 10 minutes. For a good 10 minutes before I remembered where I had put it. Oh, it was horrible. After 5 minutes, I said, okay, Vikki, calm down. Because I was just like running everywhere, like in panic, looking for my key, my car key, and I said, okay, calm down, breathe. And finally I remembered where it was. I thought, and I looked and it was there. Okay. But I was about 5 minutes running around like a headless chicken. Hi, Kenius. Hey, happy Sunday. So let me see this now, your example. Although he was less experienced, he gave the champion. Yeah, that's a good job. Let me put it here. So, although he was less experienced, he gave the reigning champion, I'm going to put in an adjective there for it, champion, a run for his money. Excellent, yeah, brilliant example. I just put in here reigning, so that means the one who's like been the king or queen, excuse me, for a long time. So, or for a period, okay? Although he was less experienced, he gave the reigning champion a run for his or her money. Okay, brilliant. The former, which one now do you mean? The former, the headless chicken one? Is that the one you're asking? The former. But the only that's not reigning now. Former means the champion who was the champion before the current one. So the reigning champion is the current champion. The person who's the king or queen now. And the former is the person who was a champion before them. Okay. Yeah. The current champion. The current. Yeah, exactly. Okay, because reign is you're reigning. Yeah, the reigning champion is the person who's wearing the crown now, at the moment, and still. Yeah, because I know what you mean. You mean like the person who had the crown the previous time, right? Because champion, you see, I would say champion is the person who's in this context. If they're in a race now and there is a champion, it needs to have been the person who won all of the previous races and everybody thinks that they're going to win, right? So that would be like the reigning champion, the current best. Okay, then we had the headless chicken. I use it a lot. Number 4 is in the long run, so eventually over a long period of time. Same to you, sorry, I forgot it. It's okay, same to you, it's okay. Yeah, a lot of, when I finish class and I say, have a good weekend, and my students look at me like, oh my God, what am I supposed to say now? Yeah, and they're like, what? Yeah, they, igualmente in Spanish, right? In Portuguese, it must be something similar. Yeah, often it's good to just say like, you too, you know, but the same to you is very nice. Yeah, it happens as well whenever I sneeze, I do like, achoo. People also look like they would like to say something, but they forget what to say. So they don't know what to say. Like in Spanish, I don't know, I guess in Portuguese also, people say Jesus. But in English, you should say bless you, which is like when you do this. Yeah, so it's funny. Yeah, same to you, brilliant. You too. So number 5, make a run for it, right? So the meaning is to try to escape quickly. And I'm going to make a note here, especially when you are guilty of something. I would say making a run for it, like quick, let's make a run for it. It can happen, yeah, if you, like for example here, look, when the waiter dropped an entire tray of drinks on the table, one of the guests joked that it was time to make a run for it. So he means like to leave the restaurant without paying, is what he means there. Yesterday when I was driving, I lost the direction, so I ended up running around like a headless chicken. Yeah. In that case, if you're driving, it would be driving around like a headless chicken, right? Now, the only thing about that is, if you're driving around, that's really dangerous. Because like, you know, if you're running around, like, remember the headless chicken, like laugh. The headless chicken is like crashing into things and hitting things and knocking things over. So I'm not sure driving could be safe here. I'll give you some more options. So yesterday, while I was running, you could say while I was running, I got lost. I missed a turn, got lost, and ended up running around the forest like a headless chicken. Yesterday I was running, oh, I'm using my phone. Otherwise I would show you a picture of me running around in the forest yesterday. Walking, it could be walking, yeah, walking around like a headless chicken. You see, the headless chicken is running, not walking, because, well, you can imagine the poor chicken, you know. Yeah, I missed a turn, got lost, and ended up running around the forest like a headless chicken. Driving around like a headless chicken. I mean, you could, it sounds, grammatically, you could say I was driving around like a headless chicken, but I probably wouldn't say driving. I could look that up, but I'd say not driving because a headless chicken, you are really panicking. Okay, so yeah, we probably shouldn't drive if we're in a headless chicken state. Okay. Yeah, and you're running, even if you're only walking, like I wasn't running around literally my house yesterday when I couldn't find my key. I wasn't running, but I was panicking. I was like, I was checking here and checking there and looking in the bathroom for my car key. It was completely ridiculous. But yeah, okay. So in the long run, I use this all the time, like all the time. So eventually, over a long period of time, and we've done this one. So I'll just review the examples. So studying English requires a lot of commitment, but I know it will be worth it in the long run. The implemented regulations look good on paper, but I'm afraid they might have negative consequences in the long run. Quitting a stable job to start her own company was risky, but in the long run, it turned out to be the best decision she ever made. Yeah, you're so welcome. No, great questions. Okay, make a run for it. Yeah, escape, especially when you're guilty. Okay, 6 is a run of bad luck. So a run of bad luck, meaning a period during which many unfortunate things happen. For example, first his car broke down, then he lost his passport, and finally his flight was cancelled. It had been a terrible run of bad luck. Hello, Alvaro. It had been a terrible run of bad luck. Okay, cool. So guys, it's 11 o'clock where I am anyway. So I think I might leave it at that, because we've done now about an hour and 40 minutes. So I hope you learned a lot. And thanks everybody for participating. Okay, it was a lot of fun. And again, I'm sorry that my lives at the moment are really random. Hopefully I'll get into hi Leticia. Hopefully I'll get into I don't know, some kind of routine with the lives, and then I can tell you guys when I'm going to be here. So thanks for joining. Does anybody have any questions before I sign off? You're so welcome. Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. See you soon. Okay. See you soon. Yeah, I'll try and log on tomorrow as well for a little bit. Tomorrow's going to be a long day for me, but tomorrow evening I'll try and log on for a bit and at least say hello and do a few, go over some more idioms. Soon I'll be moving on to another verb because I think we've done so much with run. We've done a lot. Okay, guys, have a great night, and tomorrow's Monday, so have a good start to the week. Okay, and I'll see you guys during the week. Okay, bye. Have a good night. Okay, guys, thanks so much for joining. See you next time, okay?